How's it going, guys, and welcome to another video. And in this video I'm gonna be playing the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I have never played this game before nor watched anyone play this game before. I'm just gonna be experiencing all of this anew. So let's try. This is the first one, and this is the second one. So we're gonna be going with the first one. New game. And let's see.
The Empire of Japan. After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation. The revolution washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some was swept away by the tide.
This looks so good.
But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
Who's that? Episode 1: The Adventure of the Great Departure. November 22nd, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Defendant's Antechamber. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? Who's this guy? What? Oh, no, nothing. Save your little glares, murderer! Sorry. Who are you calling murderer? My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, sure. I am a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, here I am, awaiting my trial. That's enough. Who's this handsome guy? Is not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. And who are you? Handsome guy. I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes, and until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. Wow, you're handsome. So you will hold your tongue. Says, technicalities. Look at you, you haven't even graduated yet. And yet I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. Right, Ryunosuke? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, No, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. Ha 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 ha. There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Ah. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. So I'm the murderer? I could never murder someone. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up, hold your head high. You mean? I believe you. Oh, this guy is Kazuma. Okay. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. Oh man. Kazuma Asagi, my best friend, also in his second year at Yume University. But he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact. He's even qualified lawyer. Impressive considering he's still an undergraduate. It's not that impressive. This, the very concept of lawyers is only a few years old. Here in Japan, anyway. My qualifications don't mean much yet. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 3 days ago? Yes, that's when all this started. Congratulations, Kazuma. It looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last. I know. I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you and proud as your best friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura blowing around his temple. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Then come with me. We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. If only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I better get going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. Okay. That storyline's sick. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. That looks so cool. Asagi? Asagi? Oh, Sagi. May I have a word? Who's this guy? Professor! I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case has personal significance to me, but never mind that for now. Asagi, you should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision, so this guy is the litigator. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at the university before. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. Alright then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes. Thanks, Kazuma. Should I bow? Okay. Are you just gonna be having an awkward silence? Ah, this is awkward. If I may? Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Eugene Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been punishing... No, he's not been punishing. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Asagi has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asagi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again. What? Ah, as I suspected, You were unaware of this. I had a feeling Asagi may have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dream will be shattered. But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? Administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it, I swear it. I'm not a murderer. I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Sorry? What do you mean? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. But, then what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. I do? But what will the question be? Surely not. Do you accept the accusations brought before you? Of course not. Defendant! Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. It would seem our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asagi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving, there's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. That's bad. This is it. If this trial goes badly, Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. My one and only chance of proving my innocence, the trial that would decide my destiny. We can do this. We're not murderers. November, 9:00 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 2. So this is a courtroom. Oh God. The Supreme Court of Judicature. No court in the land has more power. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. Lots of military and other uniforms in there. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials that may attend. What? But why? It'll become clear in time. But for now, you need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin. Oh no. Hi, sir. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency, as is the defense. Before we begin, there's one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to trial. As this is unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? This is it. This must be the question. Who is going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do, I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Answer: I do. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who will advocate. Yes? I think I look stupid. I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself. You'll be what? What are you playing at, Ryunosuke? Professor Mikotoba told me everything, just for now before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad will be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off? No, it's not that really. It's just that, well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... Yes, I knew that's how you'd feel, which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate himself in today's trial. Well, well. Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel. Really? Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent, he is confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. Okay. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed. As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected to fall present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. So, let's start with the very simplest of questions. Oh, yes. How do you state before the court the name of the victim in this case? Oh god. So nervous I can't even remember that. What was it again? Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank. Court record? But I can't even find that. It's simple. You can access the court record with the press of E. Okay, thank you. If you find you've forgotten something, just consult that. Alright. Okay. Press E. People. Okay. Okay. John H. Wilson. John Wilson. Court record. Okay. Now, you'd better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. John H. Wilson. Okay. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England invited to Yumei University 3 years ago. Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. Okay. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation, and yet despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yumei University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education, have you no honor? This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why this trial has these usual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference from here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. Okay. What happened here? The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think. Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still, I should go and say hello. So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death. The cause of death. Well, obviously, that was, you have that here. How do I'm just gonna say it's R, right? No, C. Wait, no. How do I... There we go. Time of death. How do I Oh wait, I have to read it. Single bullet, the cause of death, single bullet fired at close range. This. Okay, by evidence, but how? Find those pieces of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select percent. Do it now. R.
Yes.
Nice. Well, according to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to the gunshot trauma. That's the post-mortem report, I take it. Sorry, yes. That's right. The post-mortem report. This is so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. The photograph print of the victim has been entered into the court record. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Very well, I'm satisfied with your answers. Let's start the trial. Let's do this! Certainly, Your Excellency. So without further ado, in order to be apprised, the court will, with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. This is it. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Ah, of course. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is rein in that crazy look at bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control that cold stares. I see it. Okay. Okay. Who's this gentleman? Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. Of course, my name is Satoru Hosonaga. I'm the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called La Carnival. Ahem. Where's your blood? It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. Well, it really should. Oh. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter has developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery 3 days ago. Understood. Hosonaga-san, you will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir. And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring? It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have few diners at the time of the day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. Ahem. Stop with the blood! It was when I was in the kitchen putting away my crockery and cutlery. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student. Hold on, let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him. I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, but the next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, will be penalized. Defendant Naruhodo. Don't worry, Ren, it's okay, you'll have a chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. Ah. If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today. Stop the blood! Yes, without question. I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? No. There was no one else around the table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. There was no one else around that table? It's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? I don't want to interject. I desperately want to say something, but I was told not to interject. Ryosuke, if your parents tell you to study, you're the kind of man who would diligently get to work, aren't you? I suppose I am. I never have got into Yume University otherwise. But you can't always follow the rules in life, you know. If you don't say what you want to say right now, you'll seriously regret it when you're found guilty. Alright, you've scared me. I won't forget that piece of advice in a hurry. And there is something I want to say. I'm just going to shut my eyes and say it. Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day, I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table. Dear me, what are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real liar after all? I'm sure of what I saw. Hosonaga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy. No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. I'm a him. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please have a look if you'd like to. Let me see. A sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume? That's right, I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Well, you're clearly a very conscious... Okay, I don't want to read that because this guy's lying. Well, is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. Body language, liar! Yeah. The waiter's business card has been entered into the courtroom. Okay. This guy. So, the court has now heard a precise of the case. You're a liar. You're a liar. Okay? Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, the only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant in trial today. It would seem we are looking at the black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at the stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I call this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the court. But I must warn the defense, if you're determined to pursue matters further in this trial, the prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. What do you think I should do, Izuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Would it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities. You've said it, Professor Mikodaba said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. Yeah, true. I'm gonna be scared too. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent, I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back into my face? Is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just gonna abandon that duty? Or are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet. Rinosuke. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. And we'll just see how decisive this evidence really is. I'm gonna stop this for now. I'm gonna be saving this here. And I'm gonna be stopping the video for now because it's been a while. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like this video if you like it, dislike if dislike it. This will be part 1 of this adventure. We got more to come. So yeah, thank you for watching and see you in the next one. I love you guys. Bye bye.